According to East Carolina University, recycling one can saves enough energy to listen to a full album on your iPod. Recycling 100 cans can light your room for 2 whole weeks. I have 4 points in this speech. The first point is my definition of sustainability. Different ways to recycle, benefits of recycling, and what I do to recycle. My definition of sustainability is the ability to be maintained. There are many ways to recycle. The first way that you can recycle is to give to others. When you're no longer wanting your clothes or needing your clothes, you can give them to others. Instead of throwing them out when you no longer want them, you can either donate them or you could just give them out. Another way to recycle is to use the recycling bins. When you have a can of pop, instead of just throwing it in a trash can, you can find a recycling bin for cans or for plastic bottles and throw it in there instead of the trash. A third way that you can recycle is by using boxes to recycle paper. You can lay a box down on the floor by the trash can, and instead of throwing it in the trash, you can use the box instead. Benefits of recycling. The first one I'm going to talk about is the benefit of reusing. When you no longer want those old clothes or you don't need them anymore because they don't fit, you can give them away to someone else who would need them. Many people would be grateful for it, and you get to get rid of the things that you no longer need. Another benefit is when you do go and you drink a pop, instead of throwing it in that trash can and you put it in the bin, they can take that can and go through a process and melt it down and be made into another can later on. And another benefit of recycling is the remaking of paper. Instead of just throwing that out too, you can throw it in that box right next to a trash can. And when you're done, you can take it down to a recycling bin where they take the old paper that will no longer be used and be made into new paper to be used again, and the cycle goes on. There are many ways that I recycle, but I'm only going to tell you about 3. The first way that I recycle is I give my clothes that I no longer want or no longer need to others who need it, or I can make something else out of them. Instead of just throwing that old t-shirt away, you can make it into a cutoff, or that old pair of pants that still fits but you no longer like. You can turn them into shorts. Another way that I recycle is I recycle cans. I have another trash can in the kitchen where instead of throwing trash in, I throw the cans in and then I take that in. And the last way that I recycle is paper recycling. Instead of throwing it in the trash, I go and put it in a box, and then in high school we would always take the boxes down to the bin. I have now told you different ways to recycle, benefits of recycling, and how I recycle. I hope that you now have an idea of why I think it's important, and that this will also help you to start also.